Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for watching Liberate Yourself from Chronic Pain with Stephen Simon. Okay, I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I'm like so thankful. I'm so excited, and I really appreciate you guys watching. So I want to give you guys a shout out and just thank you publicly. Okay, Franklin Fernandez, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Kay Simeon, Eternity. Eva, Evan, you guys are sisters. Thank you. I love you. Jason James, I appreciate you watching. Mr. Frozen God, Dave Click Cox, thank you, my boy. And Carolyn Beards, you guys look out for her. She's on Facebook. She has a great Facebook page, talking about, sickle cell anemia, and I learned stuff watching her page, so look her up. Her name's Carolyn Beards, and she's got a lot of great info to share with you guys as well. Okay. Also, did I say it? I'm not sure if I said it, but my children, Santua, Kamata, Ethan, and Caleb. Thank you. Daddy loves you. Keep watching and keeping me on point. All right. So now I want to talk about the effects of mixing prescription drugs with alcohol, because it can be very dangerous, right? I know we are close to the end of the year. We're 5 days away from Christmas. There's parties going on, and whether it's a work party or going to the club, you are just celebrating with family at home, dinners, and getting together with friends, all of that. So I know you're going to be eating some great food, but you may be having a glass of champagne, having a bottle of beer or a bottle of wine. So I want to talk to you guys about the effects of, taking your prescription medication and then also alcohol combined together as well. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to say that I know that when you go to the drugstore and you get your medication, they may tell you about this as well or warn you about it, but I just kind of want to make a video about it as well. Okay, so now you can be relaxing, with a drink or two. However, that drink, you unknowingly can be deadly or very dangerous to you. Okay, now you may do it innocently, but some people may also abuse it, taking the effects of the drug and combining it with the reaction of what alcohol does as well to get a high. So that is called substance abuse, and you don't want to do that. Okay, number one, you can hurt someone else. You could hurt yourself, especially if you're driving a vehicle, and we don't want to endanger our lives or anyone else's life just by doing something silly. So I'm going to remind you guys about that, and please take this very serious and share this with others. Okay, now we'll talk about what a prescription drug is, which is you may receive a drug. Let's say you've had surgery or something to help you with your anxiety, or just maintaining impulse control, pain control, right? So you may see your doctor and get a prescription, right? So now that prescription drugs can effectively manage a variety of ailments and issues that you have, whatever your condition is. Okay, now however, when misused, they can often become very addictive, first of all, and dangerous when combined with other substances like alcohol. Okay, now number one, if you're going into emergency, they maybe not with, and you want a narcotic is your pain, they automatically think that you are you know, a drug seeker. Okay, so that's another video, but these type of medications can become addictive, so you want to be careful how you take it. You want to read the label very carefully. If you may have to eat it with food, then go ahead and, you know, make sure you eat food with it as well. Like, follow the instructions on the label. Okay, now some of the side effects that you may get with prescription drugs and alcohol is that there's a various of side effects. First of all, when taken alone, right, including drowsiness, nausea, changes in blood pressure, and loss of coordination, right? Now, there's also long-term effects, like long-term side effects to prescription drugs that may include like liver damage, internal bleeding, heart problems, and the side effects vary from drug to drug. Okay, so it's important to use the prescription medication only as it's prescribed to prevent any unnecessary effects. Okay, and to be sure to consult your doctor if you have any questions. Okay, so I have quite a bit of notes here. I want to make sure that I go through it all with you here. Okay. So while prescription drugs have side effects when taken exclusively, these effects can be exacerbated when combined with alcohol. Not only does alcohol impact the effects of the prescription drug, but it can also change the performance of the medication. In some cases, alcohol can completely negate the effectiveness of the prescription drug, and in other instances, it can enhance other effects. Each substance has its own list of potentially negative impacts that can severely heighten when mixed with alcohol. So some side effects can, you know, be, you know, like a headache or drowsiness, dizziness, fainting, nausea, vomiting, impaired breathing. That is something that I learned watching Carolyn Baird's Facebook channel video, and you know, she mentioned that it's similar. It can shallow your breathing, basically. Okay, so, and it's kind of like what happened to Michael Jackson. He took a drug. What was it called again? But even though he was like installing it into his blood vein or whatever, let's just say he was misusing the drug. He was abusing it the way he was using it, and his heart rate dropped, and you know, your body wasn't, his heart wasn't pumping. You know, it stopped it from pumping. These same things can happen. You can overdose from mixing prescription drugs with alcohol and not even know it. Okay, so it could happen accidentally, and that's why I'm making this video, so you are aware of what can happen. Okay, it can also cause internal bleeding, depression, anxiety, seizures, brain damage, liver damage, trouble sleeping, heart problems, blood pressure changes, and heart damage. There's like so many effects that can really harm you. Okay, and you may not even know it. So please don't you know, abuse your intake of alcohol with your medication. Okay, now let me just take a quick drink here. You know, so I just listed some of the things that can happen when you you mix the two drugs together. You know, yes, I'm calling alcohol a drug. You know, but there's long-term effects, there's short-term effects, and you know, and that includes over-the-counter drugs as well. So some of the over-the-counter ones, like you know, that you just use every day for like a cold, a flu, like Benadryl, Claritin, Dimetap, cold and allergy, Sudafed, sinus and allergy, Tylenol, cold and flu, all of those, okay? You know, they interfere with your ability to drive. They may cause you, like I said, dizziness, nausea, you know, so please don't operate a heavy machinery or a vehicle when, you know, taking these medications along with alcohol as well, right? Now, mixing the over-the-counter drugs with alcohol, as I said, both the over-the-counter and prescription drugs interact badly with alcohol, making social drinking dangerous if a person takes these medications. So as I said, you know, we're in the holiday season already, and I want to warn you, I want to protect you, right? I want you guys to be able to you know, continue to thrive in 2019 and you know, not fall victim to any other you know, symptoms simply because you mixed your medication with alcohol. Okay, I think that you guys are already going through enough, and I want to help you manage that already. Like your previous condition, we don't want to add to it. Okay, so here it says dangers of mixing prescription drugs with alcohol. I kind of went through it, but there's a few more here. So in addition to negative side effects like nausea and drowsiness, combining alcohol and prescription drugs can be extremely dangerous and even life-threatening. Okay, I gave you that example of the impaired breathing, like your breathing, your heart rate can just drop and not even beat anymore, and you know, we know the outcome of that, right? Okay. Death. Okay, so you know, when certain drugs interact with alcohol, they create a potentially deadly reaction. Alcohol and medications can also change a person's thoughts and actions, making risky behavior a definite threat. Okay, the combination of alcohol and prescription drugs also impairs the medication's desired impact, which often leads people to drink or ingest more substances to achieve a similar high. So this increase can lead to an overdose of alcohol, an overdose or alcohol poisoning, okay, with the risk of long-term organ damage and a host of short-term side effects. It's best to avoid combining alcohol and prescription drugs, especially in excess. So please don't you know, want to get a high from the effects of alcohol combined with your prescription medication and think that it's fun or it's cool. You know, it's not cool. Okay, like I said, you may not even know what's going on internally in your body, and as it says here, that it can be deadly. Okay, so you know, as I mentioned, also like driving a vehicle, and once these things kick in, you won't even have control of your body or your mind, for that matter, right? And you can seriously hurt someone else. You can seriously hurt yourself, and you can even have your driver's license taken away, you know, over something that just isn't worth it, right? Now, driving is a privilege that you're offered, okay? It's not your right. You just don't get the you know, to drive. You have to earn the privilege to drive, and those privileges can be taken away. So you please drive and be responsible when you're whether you're taking your medications, number one. If you're gonna drink in excess or anything, I'm not saying you can't celebrate and have a glass of wine, but just don't do it in excess. Don't overdo it. Be responsible for others, those around you, and even for your own body. Okay. So I really, really hope that you guys got something out of this, and you take this seriously, because it is very serious for your own health and for the caution of other people that you can potentially hurt. Okay, as I said, I really don't want to hear that any of my viewers got into something, and that's why I'm making this, to caution you, and that you can't say I didn't tell you. Okay, so I love you, I appreciate you. Please share this with others that need to see this. It's a very serious message. And if you're on YouTube watching, then please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy your Christmas. I'm sure we'll speak again, but be safe, be safe, be safe, and I hope to see you and talk to more of you in the future. Okay, have a great night. Bye bye.